What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Season 7 NHL 21 Toronto Maple Leafs Franchise Mode Series. If you guys missed the last episode, I will tell you we did not win a back-to-back-to-back Stanley Cups. I was hoping for it. Unfortunately, you can see the Chicago Blackhawks there actually won the Cup. So we made, a pretty good run there. We got, 3 Stanley Cups in 4 years. I'm hoping we can make it 4 Stanley Cups in 6 years after this season. And honestly, I think our team's good enough. We have a very good chance to do so. I'll show you guys the lines heading into this season. Most of the core is still there. I think we have the best defense we've actually had yet in this franchise mode. So Rodion Amirov there played very well last season on the third line. He's getting promoted down to the first line, playing with Tavares and Marner. Tavares is 35 years old, but he's still an 88 overall. That second line there, Nylander, Matthews, and Patrick gets a +5. So Patrick plays like a 92. Matthews and Nylander continue playing like 98s and 94s. They're going to tear it up. Rawlings here, our first overall pick, who will need a new contract after this season, is on the third line there with Anderson and Hall. Hall we traded Liljegren for. And then fourth line's Robertson, Krebs, and Hollander. A very capable fourth line. Also should mention, in case you forget, Rawlings there I think has the best shot on the team. Maybe, let me see what Matthews is. Yeah, it's actually better than Matthews, so pretty nuts. Defensively, we have Luke Hughes now on the team. Top pair there with Shea Theodore, Charlie McAvoy, Riley on the second pair, and then Harley Stanton on the bottom pair. Made a big trade to get Luke Hughes while he was an RFA unsigned, and somehow we're actually able to get him and Stanton both on cheap one-year deals. Special teams wise, power play unit, that first one there is the exact same as last season. Second unit here is Patrick, Rawlings, Amirov, Hughes, and Riley, so pretty stacked and a +1. Of course, the first unit gets a +3. The four-man's also the same, just like the four kind of core Leafs forwards. Second unit there is pretty solid. The PK, trying something different. So the first one's a 0, the second one's a 3. You might notice we have 3 defensemen here, Riley, Theodore, Sandin. Both Theodore and Riley are pretty offensive, even Sandin. So I guess if we really want to shut it down, we throw these guys out there. And I mean, the fact that they get a +3, I feel like it can't be too bad. Both three-mans there get a 0, which I'm more than fine with. Also, too, we have a new goalie. As you can see there, Elias Samson as our starter, 29 years old, 88 overall, and probably has the best contract in the league at $3 million for the next 2 years. Probably could have gotten him a little bit cheaper, but want to make sure we were the team that won him in free agency. And real quick, guys, I want to thank Raycon for sponsoring today's video. I've actually had a pair of their everyday E25 earbuds for about a year now, and I really enjoy them. They cost about half the price of other leading audio brand wireless earbuds. Come in a variety of different colors. You guys can see here, I've actually went to classic black. They've also got all these different sizing fits here, so they should fit your ear perfectly. Obviously, you don't want your wireless earbuds falling out. In the last year or so, some of the top things I've noticed is just the battery life. I think it's about 6 hours per charge. They've also got seamless Bluetooth pairing. They got a lot of bass as well as a nice noise isolating fit you can see there. That's fitting the ear nice and snug. So if you're on the plane or you're commuting to work, something like that, shouldn't hear, everything else going on around you. Speaking of which, obviously you don't need the screen to be using these. If you're just going for a workout, you can listen to music while you have these in, or like I said, maybe commuting to work, listening to your favorite podcast. The company was founded by Ray J, and I know Snoop Dogg's a big fan of these, so that was pretty cool after he was featured in NHL last year. They've also got a 45-day free return policy, which means there's no reason not to give them a try. I was actually using them earlier today while shoveling the snow, just put them up under my tube. So if you guys are interested at all, click the link in the description box below, or go to buyraycon.com/TacTixHD for 15% off your first Raycon purchase. Again, that's buyraycon.com/TacTixHD. AHL team-wise, a lot of mid to high 70s. We got a whole new AHL coaching staff because everyone had their contracts up, and AHL teams have never done anything in the playoffs, so maybe this year will be different. 77 and 75 there for the 2 goalies. I'll show you guys the offense, defense, and goaltending ratings next. Captaincy has not changed since the very first season. Tavares still wears the C. Matthews and Riley wearing the 2 A's. So right here you guys can see offense, defense, goaltending. We got 99 offense, 97 defense, 87 goaltending. So like I was saying, pretty solid team. Let's see how they do. Alright guys, at the end of December now, we have a record of 24, 13, and 2. So I'd say we're playing pretty good. We're not doing anything amazing. We're second in the division there behind the Canadians, who have 2 points on us, so basically 1 win. Matthews there, averaging over a point per game, 46 and 39. Ever since we got that +5 on the second line, him and Nylander both have just been having incredible seasons every single time. So looks like we're one of the top teams in the NHL. Really don't have any complaints. So we're now at the deadline here, guys. The record of 41, 18, and 2. I think it's a better record than we had before. And yeah, we're first in division now at 84 points. Tavares there is actually leading scorer, 65 and 61. And we're tied with the Blues, the best team in the entire NHL. So we'll get started at the deadline. I don't really know where we can add, as the salary cap is still a thing. We don't really have much of it. And as you can see, like, our team's pretty stacked. Maybe we could get a better third line winger instead of Hall. Other than that, though, like, our defense, you can't really get a better defense. Samsonov can't really get a better goalie. He's actually playing really well, .91 and 2.52. I wasn't sure, maybe he had like, rough stats. I noticed the reason actually we got him so cheap last season, I forgot to mention it, is because he just sat out the year before. You can see 2025, 2026, he didn't play hockey. I'm not sure if he was a UFA, no one signed him, or if, I don't know, like, because he was old enough that he wouldn't have been RFA. I have no idea. Maybe Washington just had him as the third stringer, or buried him in the AHL. Something weird happened there, which allowed us to get him really cheap. But yeah, like I said, looking at the team, we could add like a third line winger, and that's about it. So let's see who the top 10 players here are at the deadline. Nico Hischier, 91 overall, 1 year left, but a bit too much value. Askarov there's a 90 with 1 year left. Sagan a 90. Geez, Crosby, a lot less value than he had in the video where I tried trading for him. Provorov 88. Heiskanen 1 year left, 88. Zadina. So most of these guys are rentals and like quite high rated rentals. Dylan Dubé, I'm surprised how high rated he gets. Sean Monahan there. Aatu Räty's an RFA unsigned, so he cannot help us right now. Honestly, I'm thinking Crosby. He would fit fine on the third line. It's a 1 year rental, which is what we want. 39 years old. I'm pretty sure he has like 95 poise, so he's definitely going to play well in the playoffs. Let's see if we can add to the team. Alright guys, next here's the offer making Arizona for Sidney Crosby. I had them retaining 50% just to make it easier on us. As you can see, still 89 overall, first line forward at 39 years old. He's got 96 poise. It's actually gone up, so he should be awesome for us in the playoffs. 98 offensive awareness, 97 defensive awareness. One of the smartest players in hockey still. Nick Robertson here they want. I honestly feel bad. He's basically just been stuck on our fourth line for the past few years. He can definitely be higher rated on a team where he's getting more play time. He's only going to have 1 year left to try and get his potential, but basically, this is almost me being nice. And then the Calgary Flames second round pick actually has a lot of value right now, almost as much as our first. They're not playing too well, so might as well trade it while it's got that value. It's pretty equal. We'll see what Arizona says. Trades accepted. Okay, so Sidney Crosby joining the Toronto Maple Leafs. That's awesome. And the trade deadline's now over, guys. We'll see if any big trades went down. St. Louis getting Samuel Girard from Colorado. Honestly, it's a pretty solid first trade there. Florida got Travis Sanheim. Carolina gets Nick Schmaltz. Edmonton get Alex Morand. Nashville gets Mika Zibanejad. At this point, though, he's probably like early to mid 30s. Dmitry Orlov is well in that trade. Boston gets Askarov. Wow, okay, so that's a bit of a blockbuster. Probably bigger than our trade. Getting Crosby just because Crosby is already 39. Cam York goes to Edmonton with Scott Mayfield. Pittsburgh gets a first round pick. John Marino there goes to Buffalo along with Jason Zucker. Calgary there gets a first round pick for Valimaki. St. Louis got Jason Dickinson with Dylan Coghlan. New Jersey gets a first round pick as well. So honestly a pretty solid trade guy. I'd say it's definitely bigger than the last couple, which weren't very big at all. And Nick Leddy here's on waivers, making $3 million as an 81 overall. So I think he's like one higher than Harley, but out of their Harley play and hopefully gain some potential. So after the trade deadline, guys, here's an updated look at the team. Same top six. We might notice that Tavares is down 86. For him, it's his speed XL just plummeted it both to 80s. So he's quite a bit slower now, but he still has really good hand, shot, senses, which I mean should make him still play fine. We got Crosby there on the third line center spot, playing between Hall and Rawlings, actually getting a +1. Anderson's been demoted to the fourth line, but just temporarily because we're going to lose some people again in the summer. Playing with Krebs and Hollander. Defensively, I believe that's the exact same. Special teams wise, the power play, I've actually moved Hughes to the top #1 power play instead of McAvoy. I notice we still get a +3. Hughes is 23 years old, 90 overall, so he's higher rated than McAvoy and younger, so he should get better. The second unit there, Crosby's now the center for, so I think that second unit is probably because a lot of teams' first power play unit. The foreman, Crosby, you can see is on the second one. The PK there, we actually get +1 on the second, so no longer using the 3 defensemen because I feel like this is probably fine. And then the 3-man there I think is the exact same. So overall, definitely an improvement. When we got Tavares, Matthews, Crosby, your top 3 centers, can't complain. So we're nothing this season here, guys. They 54, 26-2 record. Another really good year for the Maple Leafs. I think we're first in the division. We'll see how we do in terms of the entire league. 110 points. Tavares, even after his overhaul went down, still led the team in points there with 86 in 82 games. The Ducks won 11. Beat us out by 1 point there for the President's Trophy, but still one of the best teams, cannot complain. Tavares is now an 85. Geez, so he keeps dropping in rating. He is due for a new contract, so if it's not pretty fair value, I don't know, because that does worry me. Although he is still producing, it's such a tough one when like the old players produce, but the rating keeps dropping. Marner 85. Matthews only had 79. I'm surprised. So he was really good off the start. Then both him and Nylander slowed down. I don't know how. Like, they're getting +5 still, and Nolan Patrick's a better player than Lawson Crouse. So that's kind of weird. Amirov 74-82. So he definitely thrived on that first line. He's now at 89. I believe he was 87 to start the year. Morgan Rielly 61. Luke Hughes 56. Luke Hughes, I noticed, a very weird shot for a defenseman. The power's not really there, but the accuracy is quite high. So I'm not sure how that works. I mean, I guess it works pretty good. He's got 56 points, not too bad. Rawlings 55, I'm actually okay with. Again, he's on a contract year, so I figured the worst he did should be able to get him for a bit cheaper. I can see, like, overall the teams played quite well. Crosby, wow, he averaged a point per game for us. I might have to try and hold on to Crosby because he's really good. Unfortunately, didn't really fit into our top 6 that well. I guess he could play first line instead of Tavares if we decided to do that. That'd be kind of rude, though, to the captain. Samsonov, 43 and 21, 4 shutouts, a .903 to 2.7. Pretty solid stats. Docile stats aren't the best, but he did win a decent amount. Probably time for a new backup. I feel like we get somebody better than him. I'll check the AHL team quick. Bach at 65, McMichael 64. If McMichael doesn't get to like at least a 79, he's basically a bust. Because, I mean, even if he's a 4th liner, he's a bust. But you would have hoped he'd get to at least an 80. Entire league, Elias Peterson, 117 points. Eichel, 112. Alex Nylander, 112. That's nuts. Even on low elite, he grew. But Colson, 102. Doc, 102. Draisaitl. Sam Steele usually grows a ton. McDavid. Boldy, okay. Take a look at defenseman scoring here. Quinn Hughes, 81. Tied with Noah Hannafin, who's actually playing for Boston, which I believe is where he's from because he played for, is it Boston University or Boston College? I'm actually blanking. Interesting. Rookie skaters, see there's a new, Michkov, finally in the NHL, 70 points there, 82 games with 45 goals. He's winning the Calder for sure. And Jan Mysak just broke into the NHL at 24 years old, put up 54 points. He's only at 79. So he, for whatever reason, somebody that just didn't really grow that much. For some reason, a lot of the medium top 6 guys just don't grow that well. But obviously, some of them grow a ton. So yeah, we finished second in the entire league there. Goals for, wow, Anaheim 332, Buffalo Sabres 329. So we were in the 300s, but not the best team. Take a look here and see, did the top 16 make it? Edmonton squeaked in at 17, Minnesota 19. So a couple lucky Western Conference teams. And the last place team, the Arizona Coyotes there, 68 points. Okay, so Arizona, New Jersey, Ottawa, kind of gone full circle back to the teams that aren't too great right now. It looks like we're playing the Tampa Bay Lightning here in the first round of the playoffs. I'll see what their team's looking like at this point. I believe they should still have Stamkos, Kucherov, Zegras now 92. Okay, so let's see. Tampa Bay Lightning, JT Miller playing with Cirelli and Kucherov. Cirelli's up to a 90. That's kind of nuts. Connor Brown, Point, Nelson. So Stamkos, oh, he's on the team. I thought he was gone, but no, he's 4th line center. Seems like a bit of a waste of Stamkos with that shot in those hands. His speed's even fine still. Just kind of everything looks to be slightly lower opposed to like Tavares where it was all his speed. So yeah, there's still a very good team. Defensively, Sergachev there. Hedman's down to an 81. Is he still getting paid? 10.73 more years. I believe that's a new contract they signed him to. So after Sergachev, they literally have AHL defense. Like, it's not much better than our AHL D. I see JT Miller also returned to Lightning. Who do they have in net? Vasilevsky's still an 88 though. Okay, so a solid team. I like our team better. I mean, we're a better team. We had 11 more wins in the regular season. We'll see if that counts for anything here in the playoff sim. So the first 2 games are going to be in Toronto. Let's see how we do. And it's a, please be a win. 7-1 win. Let's go. That one took like a little bit to load. 3-2 OT win. Next 2 games here in Tampa Bay. 2-1 win. And a 4-3 OT win. So we sweep the Lightning. Let's go. Moving on to the second round now. Feel pretty good here. Again, if we win this, it's 4 Stanley Cups in 6 years. I think we're already a dynasty, but this just, you know, puts the haters to rest if there are any. Buffalo Sabres round 2. So it's a little bit scary because Eichel goes off in the sim. Crosby there's got 5 assists through 4 games. I'm trying to remember if they had another guy on the top scoring list with Eichel, but Eichel does quite well. They got Johnny Gaudreau and Jeff Skinner playing with him on the first line. Jack Quinn, Casey Milstat, Jason Zucker. Right, they just made that trade for Zucker and somebody else. I'm sure I'll find them. John Jason Paterka up to an 82. Dylan Cousins an 88. Ponomarev there. It's a very good team. Dahlin's a 93. John Marino they got with Jason Zucker. So they're loading up. Jokiharju, Pelech, Hull, Hronik. Okay, so that's where we beat them big time. They have an 82 starting goalie. Through the playoffs, the stats aren't too bad, but definitely nothing crazy. So Samsonov, if Samsonov wins the battle in the net, I think the rest of the team's pretty fair. And I think he'll win this series. So let's see what happens here. First 2 games at home versus Buffalo. 7-0 win. Wow. We love those first games. 7 goals each time. 4-2 win the second game. Heading to Buffalo. 3-1 win. And a 4-0 win. Oh my gosh. Samsonov, I talked about him, winning that battle in net. He let in 3 goals in 4 games. That is ridiculous. And our team also was just scoring like crazy. So 8-0 here through the first 2 rounds of the playoffs. We'll see who we get matched up in round number 2. The Pittsburgh Penguins. Okay, so Crosby gets to go against his old team. Obviously, we traded with Arizona to get him, but I still feel like he's a Penguin at heart. Currently our playoff scoring leader as well, 9 points in 8 games. Again, I think that 96 points he's got definitely helps him out. So Pittsburgh just traded Jason Zucker and John Marino to the Lightning. And I remember, was it a couple seasons ago, they traded away another big-name player? Was it Crosby they traded away? I forget. And then they still made the Eastern Conference Final. And then the coach won the Jack Adams. And then they fired him. So Pittsburgh, they just refused to quit. Panarin, there's an 86 now, playing with Morgan Frost, Yanni Gord, Palmieri, Reinhardt, Jankowski, Jamie Benn, Tom Wilson, Hinostroza, Johansson. This team isn't that bad. Okay, their defense. They had Brady Shaves 85, everyone else 81. So basically everyone else a bomb pair guy. Saros 84 is not bad, but not great. Vlader there, 77. Yeah, so I mean, they're not a bad team. They definitely look like a wild card team who's going on a bit of a run. We'll see if we can stop them here. We stopped them last time. Hope for the best. I think they had 41 wins there. So we're definitely the better team on paper. First game here at home in Toronto. Did I see that right? I think that they're 8-0 as well. 1-1, 3-1, Rollins Patrick. 4-2, we hold on. Hollander empty netter. Jamie Benn for them. Did I see that right? That they're also 8-0 back-to-back sweeps? That would be pretty crazy if I did. They were. Wow. So we give the Pittsburgh Penguins their first loss of the playoffs. We're now 9-0. I can't believe they also had back-to-back sweeps there. 1-0 game 2 for the Penguins. 1-1. Matthews answers back. And are you kidding me? Palmieri there, game winner. So we hand the Penguins their first loss of the playoffs. They answered back by handing us our first loss of the playoffs. So we're both 9-1 here. I wonder, we're probably the 2 best teams in the playoffs right now, at least based on the records. Game number 3 now is in Pittsburgh, and it's 1-1. Norton for them, Crosby for us. I figured Crosby had to have a good series. Panarin, Yanni Gord, Marner, Luke Hughes. Are you kidding me? Palmieri again, game winner in the 3rd period. They beat us by 1 goal, 4-3. Okay, so every single game here has been close. Nothing in OT, but we won by 2 in the first game. They won by 1 the next 2 games. I'm still feeling pretty confident. These are close games with a better team. Game 4. 2-1 lead, Sandin, Hall, Johansson for them. 4-1, let's go. Marner, Rawlings. 5-1. Rawlings for good measure. So we needed that for sure. Tie the series up to a piece. Had to win 2 of the next 3, and we get 2 games at home, so I like our chances. We're both 10-2. The Chicago Blackhawks just swept the Minnesota Wild, so they'll be playing in back-to-back Stanley Cup Finals. And it's 1-1 here, game 5. Nylander, Benn. 2-1, Amirov. 2-2, Palmieri. Jeez, this guy doesn't quit. 39 shots to 26. OT. 3-2, let's go. Luke Hughes. That trade is paying off for sure. So, bit of a hero moment there for Luke Hughes. Just have to win one of these next 2 games, and we can actually play the defending Stanley Cup champions in the Chicago Blackhawks. Game number 6 now, heading to Pittsburgh. And 0-0 after 1. 2-1 for Pittsburgh. Anderson, Palmieri, you're off for us. Wow, what a 3rd period. Matthews empty netter, Patrick, Crosby, Rawlings, 5-3 win their game 6. And we're moving on to the Stanley Cup final. And like I said, we're playing the defending Stanley Cup champions in the Chicago Blackhawks. Right now we are 12-2 through the playoffs. I'm curious, what is the Blackhawks record? They're also 12-2. So 2 very good teams. Chicago won the last Stanley Cup. We won the 2 before that. So Chicago wants to be a new dynasty, and we're trying to show them that we're still the dynasty in the NHL. Crosby, playoff scoring leader, 14 points in 14 games. What a trade deadline acquisition. I don't mind giving up Robertson in a second for him at all, especially since I think we got that second for like nothing. Wow, first line, they got Nylander, Dach, and DeBrincat. And that's right, Dach and Nylander both had like 100 points. Barbashev up to an 88, playing with Strome, and Lambert, who's also an 88. I'm curious what his stats end up looking like. See, that's Gotta increase his shot accuracy because he's actually a pretty good player. Hands are nuts. Skating's really good. Physical's not the greatest, but that's fine. So yeah, maybe I gotta go boost his accuracy after this. Rosen, Lucas Reichel, Engvall, Perlini, Loom, Cahoon. That's forward group stacked. Defensively, it's solid, but they don't have nearly as good as a defense as ours because we have Sanders and 86 on our bottom pairing. He's better than everybody they have. And our top 4 is just not even close. Our top 4 defense is the best in the NHL. Even our top 6 forwards, I think theirs are really good, but in terms of overalls, ours are better. Our third line's better. Their fourth line, I think about the same. Goaltending-wise, Lankin and 79 is who they're doing this with. This just shows goalies do not matter. .922 to 2.28. 12 wins, 14 games is a 79. He's got a solid D in front of him, and I guess that's all that matters. Klang's a 74 backup. Okay, so we have a much better goalie, much better defense, and I'll just say our offense is equal. You know, let's see what EA says, though. I see they had 45 wins in the regular season. We're 197-87, 95-89, 73. So yeah, we have 5 better offense. I don't know why. I wish it would just stay up and I can actually see it. 5 better, 8 better, 14 better. So yeah, we beat them everywhere. We literally beat them offense, defense, and goaltending. But like I said, offense is pretty equal. So maybe they're big guys who put up 100 points are going to carry them. Let's see what happens here. We get the home ice advantage in Toronto. Game 1. 2-1 lead. Matthews, Crosby, Lambert for them. 3-1. Patrick. 3-3. Are you kidding me? Cahill, Lambert. We need an OT hero. Wow, what a comeback. 3-1 heading to the third period and we blow it. That is, I hate to say it, but that is typical Maple Leafs fashion. Okay, Game 2, we have to answer back after that tough loss. We cannot go down 2-0 to these guys. First period, 1-1, Stroman, Matthews. Second period, 2-1, Marner, Patrick, Nylander for them. We hold on, 4-3, Matthews gets 1, so does Doc. So they were fighting, and they're trying to make that comeback happen again. So 2 very close games, both decided by 1 goal. Head to the Windy City now. Here we go, Game 3 in Chicago. Can we get the series lead? 2-1 for them, Doc and Moroza, Amirov for us. 5-4, what a second period. Amirov again, Nylander, Tavares, Hughes, Barbashev gets both of their goals. 6-5, Tavares, Doc for them. Jeez, these games are crazy close. Neither one so far decided by more than a goal. So, game number 4 in Chicago. If we could take this, that'd be 3 straight. We would have all the momentum, only have to win one of the remaining 3 games. Game 4, 1-0 lead, never gets 1. Matthews answers back, 26 shots to 12. Come on. 2-2. Matthews again, Perlini for them. 37 shots to 16. How is 79 Lankinen doing this? Matthews, you're on fire tonight. Complete the Hattie. Win us the game in OT. Nope. It's this Rosen, or I guess, is that Rosane? Because that's Exante Gu. Wow. That is insane. I just remember, too, like, this Lankinen goalie. It looks like we're out-shooting them pretty much every game. He's 79 overall and just carrying. I'll take this, though. It's 2-2. Got to win a best of 3. 2 games at home. Come on. Game 5's pivotal. 5-0. Wow. The boys were pissed. Matthews, Patrick, Amirov, Hollander, Marner, 5 different scores. Crosby gets 1. That's 6 different scores. 6-1. 8-2. Marner, Rawlings. They heard me saying this goalie's a 79. And they just came out pissed off in game number 5. 8-2 win. Alright, so we have to win one of these next 2 games to win our 4th Stanley Cup in 6 seasons. Can we do it? 1-1, Rawlings and Strome. 3-1, Anderson, Tavares will resume. Increase sim speed. They're actually out shooting us for the first time, I think. Hull, though, makes it 4-1. Still, there's too much time left to, think anything certain. Shows the goal in the corner. I heard someone say the goals just pop up in random spots, which would actually make more sense. I've seen one pop up like center ice. DeBrincat makes it 4-2. Okay, 5 minutes left. 2.5. 1.5. 40 seconds, Nolan Patrick, empty netter. We should be okay. I remember this time. Gotta go CPU versus CPU. I think we're winning our 4th Stanley Cup here. And there we go, guys. No scores in the final minute. Toronto Maple Leafs are again Stanley Cup champions. It's almost like I'm getting used to this. Like I've mentioned a few times now, 4 Stanley Cups in 6 years. I mean, when you look at our team, that defense should have never happened. We got lucky no one made an offer sheet on either Luke Hughes or Sandin, so we were able to bring them both back. Tavares is going to need a new contract. We got Crosby at the deadline. I'm not sure really of those 4, probably bring 1, maybe 2 of them back. Especially, I just remembered Rawlings is off his entry-level deal, so everything kind of worked out for us. Samsonov on that super cheap contract. This team, this is a very, very good team. We got very lucky to build it, but I'm glad when you do build a super team, you can win a Stanley Cup. It sucks when you get like bounced first round by a much worse team. Handshake line here. And look at that, guys. Number 8 wins the Conn Smythe Trophy. I'm not going to lie, I was just looking away from the screen at my phone because I got a text. I don't know who won the Conn Smythe. Number 8 made-up player. I feel like that had to be Amirov, eh? But it was Crosby that was leading the playoff scoring this entire time. I'm embarrassed. Oh no, that was Luke Hughes who won the Conn Smythe. Wow, so what a trade. We bring him in, he wins the Conn Smythe Trophy. I mean, he played pretty much everything for us. Top pair, power play, PK. John Tavares, the first time he doesn't win the Conn Smythe, that's okay. The captain, still coming out to receive that Stanley Cup. What a good looking beard he's got on him too. And I'm wondering who's the first player that will get this Stanley Cup. Number 35. I feel like that's the guy we traded Liljegren for. I was right, yeah, Hall. So this is his first time in the NHL. And they give it to the rookie. Gets to lift the cup. I mean, he had a really good line there. Playing with Crosby and Rawlings on that third line. Because Crosby was tearing it up in these playoffs. And Sandin gets it next. Sandin, good chance not returning to the team. So that's fine. I just realized too, we're winning this Stanley Cup in Chicago. I'd like to go back and see how many of our Stanley Cups we won at home and how many away. I want to say 3 were away and only 1 was at home. I'm not positive on that. Bit of a guess. And then Samsonov, like I said, signing him, big reason why we had the cap, to be able to actually build this team and win another cup here. And next guy is the classic Stanley Cup pick. You got Matthews with the stash, McAvoy's next to him, Tavares the C. Like Nolan Patrick, I can see in the middle there. Crosby in the back. How do you put Crosby, a legend of the game, in the back right corner? But that's fine. I still can't believe just how good this team's been. And first star of that game was Samsonov. 37 saves. Definitely well deserved. And the large results just came in, guys. New Jersey, they're picking first overall. Colorado jumps up from 11 to 2. Now, I haven't looked at the draft class yet, so I'm not sure if there's any franchise players available. I wanted to quickly show you guys the Marlies did make the playoffs. Unfortunately, though, lost in the first round there to the Devils. Like I was saying, we got a whole new coaching staff for them to try and do better in the playoffs. It just doesn't seem to be working. Luckily, we won a Stanley Cup, so I'm not too bothered by it. I see Matthews as well as actually the playoff scoring leader for our team. 23 points in 20 games, but did not win the Conn Smythe. Luke Hughes had 18 points in 20 games, so 5 less points. Matthews also had 12 goals, which is, Patrick and Rawlings 11, but Matthews 12 is the most. Hughes had 2 game winners. He is a defenseman putting up 18 points, which is a bit more impressive. He was a plus 24 as well. That is pretty good in the playoffs. Shea Theodore had the same, but only 9 points, so Hughes wasn't scoring quite as much as Matthews, but when he was on the ice, basically we were doing good things. Okay, so I mean, I think I probably still would have went with Matthews with 12 goals, but Luke Hughes there, definitely a different choice, which is cool to see. Samsonov 16 and 2, a .927 and a 2.15. You could honestly almost have given the Conn Smythe Trophy to him, I think. Next year we'll take a look at the playoff tree. We kind of already know our road to it, but Chicago 4-1 versus Nashville, 4-1 versus Edmonton, swept the Wild, lost to us in 6. We know, of course, Pittsburgh there, back-to-back sweeps before they met us in the Eastern Conference Final. Beat them 4-2, then Chicago 4-2. So another pretty good run, I would say. As you can see, it shows 3 in the last 4, but we know it's 4 in the last 6, which is ridiculous. No presidents. We actually, I think, got second for the presidents this year and last year. We were literally like 2 points away from 4 straight presidents' trophies. Of course, Prince of Wales. Individual here, Peter Serino got the Art Ross. Eichel there got the Hart. Quinn Hughes got the James Norris. Alexander Delaney-Bing. Michkov, of course, got the Calder. Luke Hughes, we know, got the Conn Smythe. Samsonov won the Vezina Trophy. Wow. I didn't know if his stats were going to be good enough, so that's pretty cool to see. Of course, Hellebuck won it for us the year before, so we have back-to-back Vezina Trophy winners. He also got the William Jennings, so obviously that's going to help you win the Vezina. DeRoche there with the Devils wins the Bill Masterton. Penguins coach gets the Jack Adams, so they fired their Jack Adams winning coach and then hired a new one. So strange to see. Hopefully they don't fire this guy, Rathje. Hischier got the Selke Trophy. Eichel got Ted Lindsay, and then Zegras actually got the Maurice Richard. I always forget to check the goals. Very cool to see Zegras win that. Quickly, AHL awards. The Devils there were actually the regular season point champions, so don't feel too bad about losing to them in the first round. Individual awards, Heinen's in the AHL now. Dermott as well as in the AHL. Jeremy Brodeur there, best goalie. We also got the lowest goals against. Okay, kind of cool. He follows me on Twitter, so I'm going to give him a little bit of a shout out there. We'll get to the draft now, guys. Again, I think for sure I'm going to be moving on from Sandin. Trying to try and get like a 3rd round pick or something like that for him. Hughes needs a new deal. Same with Crosby and Rawlings after that. We do not have a lot of cap space, so it's going to be tough to pull this off. Kind of keep this dynasty going. Evgeny Malkin retires a Winnipeg Jet. 1,600 points there in basically 1,500 games. Bergeron also retires a Jet, so that's kind of cool to see. Kessel's a free agent. It was a 72. Blake Wheeler there on the Stars. John Carlson calls it quits. JVR, Adam Henrique, Josh Bailey, Alex Killorn, Backlund. Okay, so PK Subban's on the Islanders there. We'll check goalies next here. And Carey Price finally calls it quits. Almost 1,000 games played as a goalie is ridiculous. After that, Frank Hughes, Kincaid, Jack Campbell, nothing too crazy. But Carey Price, definitely the biggest goalie retirement in a while. And Malkin's actually a coach now, so if we need a new coach, maybe we could go get Malkin. That'd be kind of cool if we kept Crosby on the team and then we had Malkin actually coaching him. And so look at the draft class here, guys. Top 4 is just medium elites. Seems like we haven't had a franchise, even a high elite, in so long. Wow. Guaranteed medium elite right D. Yeah, we'll be taking him with our 4th round pick or something like that for sure. Even this guy, that might be our late 1st round pick because there's a good chance he's medium elite. And gems, a couple, 67, 45. Could take a gem, guaranteed medium top 4. Oh, that's going to be a tough one. The McKenzie there's a gem. Looks like he'll go early 3rd round. Interesting. So yeah, definitely going to try and make some moves here. And this is so weird, guys. Crosby dropped to an 83 overall after averaging basically a point per game in the playoffs. And before that, he had a point per game for us in the regular season. I don't understand overalls. Like, they're supposed to match production, but with old players, they do not. Next, you guys are offering the Winnipeg Jets our 2nd and 3rd round pick next year for their 43rd overall pick. As we know, there's going to be a pretty good player there. And they accept that trade. Okay, I didn't think they would because the value was actually a bit on their side. And next year, guys, trying to trade the Edmonton Oilers for the 64th overall pick. At that point, we'll actually be able to draft all 4 guys we want. Clem there just coming back to the roster spot. Sandin, they get the rights to after retaining 50%, which is so dumb because he's an unsigned player at this point. 4th rounder this year, 4th rounder in 2 years, and Dostal. So even if they don't re-sign either guy, they get 2 4ths for a 3rd. Like, it's a great trade for them. Trades rejected. Really, what more do you want? I mean, it is an early 3rd. Our 2 picks could be the late 4th rounders. The next 3 4th round picks. There we go. Plus, if they sign Sandin, like, that's a no-brainer. Hopefully, the guy we draft, though, is good. The top 5 is done. I'm actually just going to send to our 1st pick, which is number 31 in the draft. Then I'll show you guys the 1st round here. So 77 overall, medium elite, 1st overall. Medium top 4, that 3rd overall is rough by the Coyotes. You have another medium elite there at 4 and at 7. So there's only 4 so far. Wow, this isn't a great high top 6 at 13. It's a rough pick by the Capitals. Just trying to scan through here, looking for medium elites. High starter, 72 by the Devils. It's a pretty good pick, and that's actually on top of their 1st overall pick. So I think I have the picks now to get the 4 guys I want based on potential. So we have 101 and 45. Or I guess I should go by Central Scouting. 98 and 39. And 64 and 45. Okay, so we'll take the guy that's going to go 39. Salonen guy, who our scouts like. Hopefully he's medium elite, like it's 3/4 chance. And he's a medium top 4, which isn't too bad. Our scouts like him. Please be high rated. 64 medium top 4. That's not too bad of a pick. Our next one here is number 43. So gotta hope that the other guy we like is still there. And I believe he is. It's this Cran guy. Gonna go 45. And I believe there's somebody else. Yeah, it's 65. So we'll take Cran here. So far, so good. 63 medium top 4. So 2 medium top 4 defensemen with our first 2 picks. Not bad. Now this 64 one's a bit of a risk. The guy that I want might be gone. Oh my gosh, he's the first player here. McKenzie. Wow, gem. He'd probably be the next pick. So that was risky. Oh my goodness. And low top 6. 64. I mean, it could be worse. Next pick 93. We should be more than fine for that medium elite guy. It's the last pick here in the 3rd round. There he is. So Phyllis, I guess. Right defenseman, medium elite, guaranteed. So we get a great draft here for defensemen. We only have a few seasons left, but in the worst case, they're good trade value. 50 overall is kind of low, but medium elite in the 3rd round. we aren't going to be upset. So, I mean, look at those picks. Pretty good. Now, our next picks, I think the last pick in the draft, I believe all we have left is the 7th rounder. Now, if we hit at all on this, basically anything above AHL, be happy. Bukestad, there's a small chance to medium elite. Plus, you know, they do think he's one of the next guys to go. Alright, let's take Bukestad here. And he's a medium top 9 for the last pick in the draft. That's pretty good. Alright guys, we're at the resign phase here. As you can see, Luke Hughes is now the 2nd highest rated player on this team, tied with Marner, needs a new contract. So Marner actually dropped, I believe. I want to say he was 92 before. Matthews, I think, was also a 93. Hughes does not want an extension, and he wants $13.5 million. That would be our entire budget. So obviously I will qualify him. I'd like to keep him. He just won the Conn Smythe. Luckily, the rest of those guys locked up. Rawlings also doesn't want an extension. He's now an 87. He wants 7.5. I'll qualify him. John Tavares, I'm curious what he wants. 86. 5.6 isn't too bad. I would like to bring the captain back. Crosby's an 83. And he wants $6 million. I feel like Crosby was a fun rental, but I don't know. I'm bringing back Tavares, and again, he's basically our 3rd line center because he doesn't really fit in the top 6 based on chemistry. So I'll bring back Tavares, $5 million for 1 year. Crosby, I'm just going to have to let go. Krebs, I think, is a really good bottom 6 player. 1.4 for 2 years. Let's try 1.2. Hull there, played pretty well on the 3rd line. 1.7, we'll try 1.5. If he says no, I think I could probably qualify. I won't have to worry about anyone making an offer. So Borrell's up to an 80 now. Same as Harley. Interesting. He wants 2.3 million. No, thank you. You're in the AHL. Harley here wants 1.9. He doesn't really do anything. I'm just going to qualify him. Formanton's done growing, so I'll release. Also, you guys want to look at goalies next year. So Samson now dropped in rating to an 86. From 88 to 86 after winning the Vezina and the William Jennings. This game makes no sense. So we have a good AHL starter. This Walter guy, 2071. That's actually a really good rating for his age for a goalie. High chance to be a backup means he could be up, you know, become like an 80. I'll sign him actually to be the AHL backup. I think that's fine. So we'll see what some of these players say. This is the goalie coach I wanted to bring back. We don't have enough money though for staff, so I'm going to try and sign him afterwards. We'll have to give more money to Tavares. Hull though came back at 1.5. We got the Walter goalie. Gonna have to give Krebs more money. Alright, so there we go. Both Krebs and Tavares coming back. Krebs getting 1.27. Tavares 5.2, which leaves us 11.8 million. So that's enough to get one of Rawlings or Hughes. We'd lose the other one. So I think the move is to try and sign Hughes. Actually, 11.8 technically isn't enough for him. He wants 13.6. But I think we could get him signed, and then Rawlings we hold out on until the fall to get him cheap. We could probably get him on a 1 year for like 4 million, especially if he's asking 7-8 right now. Yeah, he's already asking 6 for 1. So I think that's the move to try and keep both. It's literally our only option. Now we only need Hughes for 3 more years, so I'll see if he takes 11 for 3. I'm thinking probably not. So Luke Hughes here rejected our offer, said he wants to test free agency. We still own his rights though, so hopefully we can make something happen with him on like a 3-year deal, and then like I said, wait till the fall to sign Rawlings. Alright guys, my last offer to Hughes, $12 million for 3 years. I don't know how you say no to this. You stay with the team you just won a cup with, you won the Conn Smythe with. Hopefully he says yes. Oh, wow, he actually did say yes. So we have Hughes locked up. He's actually the highest paid player on the team now. But like I said, we'll have to wait till the fall. Hopefully no one makes an offer sheet on Rawlings. We can get him for like 4 million. I'm not sure what's going on there. But yeah, the core of this team is still together, which is the most important thing. And before we get to free agency, guys, I wanted to show you this. Mitch Marner is now the all-time Maple Leafs leader in assists with 650. And Matthews, of course, is still the goals leader, yet Sundin has more points. So doesn't have as many assists as Marner or goals as Matthews, but still has more points combined. Looks like Matthews, though, will beat that in this upcoming season. So we literally have no money. Free agency, we're just going to be window shopping here. Brad Lambert was on Chicago, of course. Michkov, those guys are RFAs. Svechnikov, Lafreniere, made up dude, Hischier, Marceau, made up dude, Jeff Skinner. We'll see goalies here. Wallstedt, I believe, yeah, should be an RFA. Mackenzie Blackwood. If there's like a really good goalie, Nichushkin 2481 medium elite. Oh my, I mean we can't. He's gonna say no to us. I wish I had the money though, because that's just like a free elite goalie. 1 year, he actually gets affordable. Okay, there's a chance he takes that, which would be an absolute steal. He'd become our backup. Our AHL goalies would be even better. Also, just noticed Lambert actually has medium franchise potential now, which is ridiculous. And I want to check two-way players now. Audison 2051 low elite. Okay, so I'll give him our max offer. Basically, just looking for some good guys. Borgo here could be an NHL player, or could even be AHL 2480 medium top 6. Tyson Forster could give him a chance in AHL. Same goes for Zachary Bolduc. Tomasino here, 2576. Rochette, 2576. You never know, maybe he'll bounce back on our team. Probably not. Schneider, 2577. We actually need a AHL defenseman or two. He has a chance to bounce. Caden Gooley, same thing, 2577. Play them both top or AHL, you never know, maybe they'll turn it around. And as you guys can see here, I actually re-signed the goalie coach that we couldn't afford before, as I felt like that'd probably be a smart thing, seeing as we've won the Vezina the last 2 years in a row with 2 different goalies. Deserves to be signed. Okay, this Audison guy, he was the low elite, I believe. For a second I thought that was the goalie. If we can get that elite goalie to be our backup, I don't know, I accidentally skipped somebody. Tomasino, Rochette, Bolduc, Borgo, 80 overall, so he could be 4th line for us. Replace Robertson, because we obviously traded Robertson for Crosby, who we lost. Schneider, Gooley, Nichushkin, the goalie signed 1 year 800K. So he's our new backup. He's got elite potential. He could become even better. And then the 80 guy we had was going to be the backup, now just the AHL starter. So the AHL goalies got a lot better. I can't believe we got everyone there. Some really nice cheap pickups. At this point, we just have to hope no one makes an offer on Rawlings or Harley. When the offseason comes, we have to sign both of them. Harley will be like $1 million. Rawlings, I'm hoping for 1 year we can get down to about 3.5. It's risky, but if someone does make an offer, obviously we have 5 days to, try and make something happen. All right, guys, so it's now the preseason here. After moving some guys down to the AHL, we have $2.5 million in cap space. Harley wants 1.15 for a year. I'm gonna offer him like $950. Rawlings, an 88 now, wants 2.9. for 1 year. I'm gonna offer him 2.6, which is our max, and I think that should work because Harley basically replaced somebody that's currently in the NHL, and then Rawlings, obviously that's our max offer, and he's also replacing somebody. So I think both of those should work, and we'd somehow be able to hold on to everybody but Sandin, who we knew we were losing anyways, and Crosby. Harley accepts. Alright guys, so I messed up big time. I called up Harley after he accepted his offer. I should have left him in the AHL though. As Rawlings said, I accepted your offer as presented, but you no longer have the cap space for me. And now he's asking for 4.3, and we only have 2.5. So this is going to be tough to work out. And this year guys, I'm offering Poirier in a 5th round pick to the Ducks for Muhammad Dolin, as he's 80 overall, and I hope he fits our bottom pairs. Right now, Poirier and Harley get a -1. So Poirier's offensive defenseman. Muhammad Dean's 2-way, same as Harley. Hopefully that works out better. They want him. And the 5th, and they say yes. So next year, guys, I'm going to try and trade Anderson. Basically, he's making $3 million. We can bring back another 3rd-line player who's like on a cheaper deal, sign Rawlings. It makes sense, especially since Krebs can play that 3C role. Now, I noticed this guy in Arizona. I wanted to trade for him. Griffith here, 22 years old, 85 overall, rookie entry-level deal. Some of the weirdest stats ever. He's got 99 everything for hands, 99 offensive awareness. His shot, though, super powerful wrist shot, but not slap shot. Not very accurate. 99 shot block, but only 71 D awareness. Super fast, 97 speed and excel, but no agility. 99 endurance. Not very physical. It's just such a weird player. I really wanted to trade for him to see how he did. Unfortunately, Arizona would be over their salary cap max, and in this trade, we have to shed salary. Alright guys, so next I'm going to try and trade for Fabian Lysell. For some reason, has no value as a 24-year-old, 83 overall winger, only making 800K. Stats, puck skills aren't the greatest. Shot, though, is pretty good. Offensive awareness 91, speed solid, strength's not too bad. The guy below him, same rating, year younger, making double, has more value, and he's got the weirdest stats. His hands are insane. Speed 75, he's got 93 excel and agility, so go figure. Strength's like non-existent, just another weird player. I think we could trade Anderson for Lysell here. Nash will be over the salary cap max by how much? By 500K? I feel like I'd be willing to retain 500K on Anderson to get Lysell, especially if we can actually add like a 1st round pick to this, which honestly makes it pretty fair. We'll see what they say. Trade rejected. Okay, I think we could get a lot back. I see they have this Moroza prospect, 21 years old, 78 overall, low elite. Looks to be a pretty good player. I'm going to add him to this and a second round pick. It's on the block, so let's do that. And the value's on our side and they want him. Let's see what they say. Wow, I think that's a steal. Hopefully we can also go sign Rawlings now. So I just signed Rawlings for the $4 million he was asking for, guys. And now I'm going to give you an updated look at the lines after all those moves. It's definitely a lot different, but sometimes change is good. So first line, you got Rawlings playing with Patrick, who's now an 89, and Mitch Marner. Honestly, it's kind of a nasty first line. They're going to +1. Marner, of course, an amazing playmaker. Patrick's the power forward. And then you got Rawlings, a sniper, who, like that shot, playing first line with Marner, I think at 88 overall now, he should go off. Second line's Amirov, Matthews, Nylander getting a +3. So, 2 +3s in the top 6, and it's all of our best players if we don't have, a low 80 guy. Third line's now Hall playing with Tavares and Lysell. So, they're getting a +1. Tavares is 84. I figured Patrick, 89. Just makes more sense to have in the top 6. You can see Tavares is quite slow now, but still giving me a good power play guy with those puck skills and shot. Fourth line, you got Hollander playing with Krebs and Bourgault. I had Krebs third line over Hall, but he actually makes it so there's no chemistry boost. And Hall's 21, so the play time should help him out. Defensively, we have Theodore Hughes top pair, McAvoy, Riley second, and Mukamil, Dean, and Harley on the bottom. Again, had to make that trade because before it was a -1. Samsonov starting goalie 86, and Chushkin backing him up 83. I can't believe we got this guy. 800K, medium league potential. How did no one give him more money than that? He's got low aggressiveness as well, so he might be a really good goalie. Puck control stats aren't the greatest, though, so we'll see how he does as that backup. Samsonov, still can't believe, dropped in rating after winning the Vezina Trophy. AHL, we got some mid to high 70s. Moroza there we just traded for. What's his face-off stat? 69, so yeah, it probably makes more sense to have him on the wing. Seth Jarvis, Tomasino, some guys looking to bounce back. Connor McMichael, let's move him up in the lineup. Just kind of give him a chance there. Defensively, like I said, Caden Gooley and Braden Schneider are our top pair. I think they might have played together, honestly, on the World Junior team. Both 77 overall. They have 1 year left here to try and become an 80. They're going to have to go off, which top pair +3, there's a chance. Our goalies in the AHL are insane. Pittis was supposed to be the backup till we signed that guy. He's an 82. Bonnet there, an 80. So the AHL team may finally be decent. You might have noticed -1 on the bottom pair. No way to fix it. I tried switching everybody up without touching the top pair. And I've been bringing in scratch guys and nothing works, so it's just whatever. I'll take a look here. Offense, defense, goaltending stats. Heading into this season, I think we actually already played 1 game against Boston. We had an OT loss. So we'll sim up to the game against Montreal. Hall there had 2 assists, so pretty good start for him. I'm thinking this should be another really good team. There's not any holes. We have 99 offense again with 94 D and 88 goaltending. So yeah, again, we have a stacked team. Let's try and keep this dynasty going here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave that thumbs up. If you're not subscribed yet, make sure you hit the sub button. And as always, guys, thanks so much for watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.